let's go to our definition of an adventure and set them up with a new way to track this. So so let's say like just karma q, I guess, equals false to begin with. But then yeah, so that when we're setting the karma as such, instead of saying q equals true, we will say karma q. Yes, so we do that there, we do that here, do that here, and last but not least, there. Actually, no, we do that least. All time, all time top 10 editors is, in fact, process the least. So last and least. The worst thing about streaming C++ is when you have to restart your computer because you realize too late when your computer starts slowing down that you forgot to delete your pointers. Sorry, man. Sorry to hear that. um, um, I think I'm not using Python correctly. I think like if you look at the variable explorer, like it keeps local variables. Like AI, like this shouldn't exist most of the time. Like this rarely ever actually exists. But even when it doesn't exist, it's still here. It's like why? Why are you still here? Like you should have like vaporized once we were done with you. But it doesn't. And like when I say should, what I mean is I would have expected it to vaporize. Uh and then I think I just have a fundamental like incongruity with how Python works. Like how I work and how Python work is not the same. So I don't expect Python to change necessarily. So it's one of those things that like I should figure that out at some point. I mean, yeah. It's like it's nice. It's like okay, your context is over. Please leave. Like I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it makes more sense to keep it around. I don't care. I guess as long as it works fine, then all's well in the world. And so far it works. When it comes time to fix that, I'm not gonna. Yeah, right? Isn't that weird? To me, that's weird. To other people, it's probably like, yes, that's exactly how it goes. To me, that's really weird. Uh, oh, yeah, so fun fact. The reason I don't break things into function is because if I break it into function, then I have to keep saying global, like, all over the freaking place. And, or like, right? Because, you know what, like, in my opinion, what's good is for variables to exist, like, in their scope and not to exist outside of their scope. But that's just because that's probably just because what I'm familiar with, right? Um, the what I do instead is I just tend to use like if I have a throwaway value that I don't plan on like AI if I have things that I only expect to exist in like a very in a very small scope and I don't expect to need them anymore, I just I tend to use the same name in different places in the project. So like for example, AI is what I would call it, like a key. Like every time I iterate over the action dictionary, I use a key. I call it a key. And that's because if it's going to be like crufty and left about, it might at least be useful while it's crufty and left about. I mean, I'm sure that like I don't know. All right. So yeah. Uh, where was I? Oh, 1726, right? Or no, yeah, no. There were a few more places that I referenced Q. I think that I yeah, like here for example. Yeah. Uh, this is another place where right, it's not DQ anymore. It's not that Q. It's karma Q. All right, were there any other places that I was using Q incorrectly that I should change it? Probably not. I mean, those are pretty much the only pertinent places. All right, so I'll do the I'll do the 1726 thing first. Uh, so if the length, yeah, so even before we check this is going to be an elif, and then the first if is going to be if karma queue. Oh, and I have to unset karma queue. That's the other thing. So if a player gets karma queued successfully, then that's when we can say that their karma queue equals false, because that's the time that we actually showed them marching across the screen. Wait, yeah, no, that's correct. Okay. No, you know what? We don't have to just do this here. We can do this anytime they get marched across the screen. Because anytime they get marched across the screen, they'll be marching across the screen with updated karma. So they don't have to go through the queue, just through the karma queue, in order for that to... in order for their karma queue tag to get cleared, actually. So that's slightly... I could have named it something better, I suppose. But, right. So the reason we have karma queue is the case where the player gets karma queued while they're in the middle of the screen, and then they do have to make it to the end and get re-queued. So we do still check for that here. So this is because, again, like we said before, this is the place where players are getting popped out at the end of the queue. So or popped out at the end of the parade. So right. So if player dict index peepop dot karma queue. Oops, I should not capitalize that. Karma queue. And that's a Boolean value. Oops. Then. What was this? What is this lurking business? Oh, lurking? Yeah, no. Ooh, lurking. Lurking? Does that matter? Does lurking matter? I don't think lurking matters. Oh. In fact, I think a donator will unstealth. Yeah. Yeah. I think if you donate using your real name, then that is one way to come out of lurk mode. Because if you're choosing to put your name on screen, that's like the definition of coming out of lurk mode. So, I think that's valid. Oh. Yeah. Okay, but you see, because you don't have to put in a valid player name, we'll still only do this if the player's already in the player dictionary. Well, huh. No, that's fine. Yeah, no, that's legit. So if they're not in the player dictionary, we won't take them out of lurk mode, because if they're not in the player dictionary, like, how long do people? Oh no, there's so far there's no timer on lurk mode. Lurk mode is just it's like, well, so because the reason for lurk mode is like, it used to be that all names showed up all the time, and that's because when your name tag shows up, that's how you find out how much experience you have. And so, like, if anyone's ever curious to know how much experience they have, they can see it when their character walks across the screen. So for a while, all name tags showed up all the time, and I liked it that way. The only reason I put in lurk mode is because sometimes, like, you go to a stream and you're like, what is this about? Like, what is this stream? Like, I'm just here to check this out, see what's up. Maybe you don't plan on staying. Maybe you're just because, like, you can get a sense in, like, the first 30 seconds. Like, is this a stream that I might be interested in, or, like, will I just move on to the next one? And during that time period, like I've gone to streams before, and, like, my name, like, I'll get called out, or, like, people will be like, hey, like, people will be, like, staring at the user list, and, like, I don't know. Like, when that happens to me, I'm like, ugh. Like, okay, thank you. it's just like it's not my favorite feeling. And so the reason we put in lurk mode is because well, we didn't at first actually. For a while we didn't have lurk mode because it was all this excuse me, all this extra name checking that I didn't feel like doing on like too regular basis. But we added in another feature that used that name checking. Hey, Rodrigo, how's it going? Welcome. Oh, I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name, but Rodrigo Caldera Lima. I'm sorry for mispronouncing your name, but welcome. uh, yeah. So once we were checking the names for another reason, I was like, well, hey, now if we're checking it anyways, we might as well do lurker mode. So then we put that feature in. So it's lurking is basically like it's like a stealth condition. You have it, but once you break stealth, you're unstealthed. And so the way you break stealth is by participating in the channel. Rodrigo, okay. I can do that. Yeah, and so any way that you choose to participate in the channel, like that will probably break you out of stealth. Actually, like before donations, yeah, following doesn't actually do anything in the game. So like the only things that affect the game so far are donations and chat. And well, previously it was just chat, and now since donations also affect the game, that'll be another way to make that to make the jump from stealth to unstealth. Right. So yeah, load stream data. So if li not in session top. Yeah. So it's only in this case that we have to do it. We can say if, so we can say if, actually no, we don't have to say if. We can just say player dict index li dot lurking equals false. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I think that's good. Oh, capital F, false. So it's actually only if it changes such that a player. Yeah. Because we're already checking if in player dictionary, and I don't feel like running that check twice. So I could do. I could just reorganize it. I could just say, at first I could check if in player dictionary, and then I could check the other thing. Would that be better? No, that would not be better. This is the correct way to go about it. All right. Yes. So, yeah. Because when I start the script, these things, all these lists will be empty to begin with, so everyone will get queued up. But at the start of the stream, there's no one here anyways, so that's fine. Yeah, and it's like, yeah, no, that's correct. Okay. So, all right. So what are we doing here? So if karma q and not lurking. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so no, if karma q and lurking. Or no, they're right. No, we already we already decided that you can't have karma q if you're lurking. So I don't have to worry about that. So, right, so if karma q, we can just plug it right back on. Because there's no way to get karma q true. Oh, except for the fact that I forgot one of the cases. But except for the fact that I forgot one of the cases, there's no way to get karma q true without breaking stealth. So, so one day, as I'm going back to grill from taking out the trash, he went to go grab something from the shelves. The amount of space between the side of the shelf and the wall was only big enough for one of us to go. So he stood there and he said, "Ladies first." um, this is not directly related, but sometimes I'll bump into an inanimate object. Uh, uh, I'll say excuse me. It's not directly related. That story took a turn. uh, I don't know if I like the direction that story went in. It got a little racist at the end. Otherwise, good story though. Uh, um, uh, okay, so Karma Q was it, sorry, sorry. Okay. I'm not saying this is necessarily the case, but just to mention, like, when people say things that are like not cool at all, sometimes I'll brush it off. Specifically, I'll do that in situations where I don't feel like raising a noise about it. Um, I'm not saying that this necessarily happened in your case, but just because someone acts like something's cool doesn't mean it's cool. Fun fact. I can say that with 100% certainty because I'm very often in that situation. And like this is my channel, so I feel very comfortable telling people how I feel here. But like if I was in someone else's channel, for example, like and people were being uncool, like it's entirely possible I might just like, right, like just and like done in an affable way, like it can give the impression that things might be cool. So that's personally why I just like default and like err on the side of not even err. I literally just like go with the way of like avoiding that sort of thing. But I don't mean that to sound judgmental. I just fun fact. Okay. So karma Q. Right. We can just reappend it. So DQ reappend. Dot append peepop. Because if karma Q is still true, then they haven't made it through the queue yet. So or they haven't done like a full tour through the queue. So yeah. All right, so now I think I have DQ like well implemented. Hold on, let me see how else I use like LQ and the other queues in case I'm like forgetting something. Because like I might have forgotten that part if I hadn't. So what are the other ways that I use these queues? Is there like another meaningful way that I use these queues? I think that should be good. I get to like the testing part at this point. Because the script has been running for so long that I've never even like read in this data. For all I know, I'm doing this like horribly all wrong forever, and everything's ruined forever. For all I know. All right, so I should really rename these queues, but whatever. DQ equals blank list. Save that. All right, so yeah, I'm still not blitting stuff. Oh, so yeah, so I need right. So the reason I made the karma list actually was not just for the event time. Was not just for the sake of making a karma list, because I also want the karma dictionary. The karma dictionary will keep track of the graphics for I'm on the wrong keyboard, or I'm on the wrong screen. I was like hitting enter like space or like line break and it wasn't. Because like if I leave my mouse, my mouse controls both of my computers, and if I leave my mouse on the wrong computer, it thinks I want to type on the wrong computer. So, yeah. So this game is the game that I'm working on is the game that we have here, as you might have noticed. And Trusty Bard is in fact the Trusty Bard who you might see in chat is like the keeper of the game. Essentially, he's our storyteller. So he'll let us know what's happening. He's a robot. Don't tell him that though. He's a little sensitive. yeah, he tells us like what's happening in the game, and so like you might notice if Dog then has replied to Trusty Bard's message by choosing one of the so now on screen, hold on, I think there should be, we should see like action tags, so like gather and then recite and then focus down at the end, and so like those are essentially like hey, we got a new follower, Trace, welcome, thank you for following, I appreciate your viewership and your support. Excuse me. It's a pleasure to have you here. I was just saying, yeah, so the action tags are these little tags that you see on screen, and they also show up in Trusty Bard's stories. They are essentially like the actions that you can take during an event, and yeah, it's supposed to be like a. I mean, it's like the game is mostly text based in that it plays out through the chat channel. At least that's where the interactive part comes in, and it's supposed to be like a light adventure game. Like hypothetically, like we represent this group of adventurers going on a journey out into the wilds, and it's supposed to be like story driven. I'm not playing it very actively right now, but like you can play it. You can play it like a almost like tabletop role playing, like a Dungeons and Dragons style game where like, you know, like Trusty Bard is telling the story right now, or like, you know, Trusty Bard is like pulling from his automated robot systems as he does to come up with some events, and but like I also have this secret control panel where I can actually write the events myself, like live as it happens, like so instead of just using the automated system, it yeah. It plays like, and sometimes we have guest GMs sometimes that come in, like Zero is our all-star GM who sometimes will run the show as well. It's, I don't know, it's like, I call it side quest because it's supposed to be like just another little fun thing to do while we're here. All right, so Karma dictionary, yeah. All right, so oh yeah, wait. How do I keep track of it? How do you keep track of like the dimensions for the other, for like the items and stuff? Thank you. Yeah, I started streaming like, wow, actually at this point it's been like 4 or 5 months ago, but I just yeah, after streaming for a little while, I was like, you know, it would be fun, or like, you know what this needs, because like the story of my life is like anything I do, I'm like, this should be a game. So yeah. All right. Yeah, how do I keep track of the data for this stuff? Because like, in addition to just keeping track of the visuals, like the graphics, I need to keep track of like I have a coordinate system. Hey. So hey, congratulations on air resume next on leveling up, and also on learning how to tie a new type of knot. Hey, we got a new follower. Rodrigo, I'm gonna mispronounce your last name again. Caldera Lima. Welcome, thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Welcome. So, what was it? Oh yeah. So, gosh, it's been so long since I worked on like the graphics that I don't even. Where's all right, so for the equipments, index SO. Oh yeah. Equipments are like a thing. Yeah. All right. So the equipments have like they have the frames, and then they also have they must also have like the coordinates. Yeah, the position. Or no, the oh yeah, CX. All right. So equips. Should I just consider this an equipment? Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. Alright, no, I should probably consider these bonuses, because these have the same values. And we don't need level. Yeah, so I should call these bonuses. Alright, so yes, so good. good then. Uh, and I should probably just have the file names correspond to the karma list. So we'll have karma dict equals dict. Oops, dict. Yes, and then excuse me. So yeah. All right, so let's start setting up some of this stuff because I can set up some of this stuff. So C or no projects. Journey. Hey, look, it's one level less deep now that I made it one level less deep. Okay. Oh gosh, my version control is going to be so displeased because there's so many. Like this players folder has so many files in it. Over 10,000, or no, excuse me, over 1,000 people have played this game. 1,900, or excuse me, 1,092 people is the number of players in this folder, and each of those folders contains up to 5 files, and I just moved it, and my version control is gonna like yell at me so much because my version control system it thinks like, oh man, you deleted all of these things and then reconstituted the exact same files in a different location. Maybe there's a smarter way I can do that. Maybe I could have told my version control that I was doing something not like that, but I didn't. Alright, new folder. So this will be karma, and yeah. So I'm gonna make these names correspond. Oh yeah, yeah. I am gonna make these names correspond to the same, but I'm still gonna keep this list because this list is supposed to stay in this order, and it's not actually in alphabetical order, which is the order it would read in if it just read it in. All right, so yeah, so new folder, copy. I need 7 of these altogether. So 0, 1, 2, yes. Okay, so all-time top singular, top singular. Oops, I did not mean to double click. I meant to click once and then click again to rename. All-time top plural. All 30-day top singular. 30-day, oops, 30-day, one word, 30-day top plural. Wow, that was a really creative spelling of plural. And then session top session and was it plural or whatever are my 2 new words that I invented today. Session top singular, session top plural. I don't know why my fingers feel like they should do that. But they really do. Plural, and then lastly, session. What did I call it? Just session. Session plural. Session plural. All right. Yes. All right. All right. Yeah. I am gonna do that thing. I'm gonna do that thing that I was, cause like with the 25. I don't need to, but I just want it because I like keep thinking about like the like what it would do without it, and like I know it's not actually going to happen to me, but I still feel like I should change it. I still don't want to leave it like that. Just 'cause it's not going to happen to me, it doesn't mean I don't want it to be right. Because I'm never going to remember to do that otherwise. All right, so basically, before I rinse karma, if it's like yeah, this is this dumb thing that I do because I'm not used to variables existing outside of their scope. And who knows, if I ever do rewrite this in another language, it'll be quicker to rewrite it because I'm keeping my scoping as if it mattered. So I'll just call this like sesd equals false, and then if what? If Karmalist index 6 in this, then yes, I might have written the entire thing in one single file. Actually, that's not technically true. In order to connect to IRC, in order to connect to IRC through TrustyBard, the Twitch account, I had to use an OAuth token, and I made a separate file, and I put the OAuth token in the separate file, so that way I wouldn't accidentally show it on stream. But that's the only other file that I use. Yeah. Okay, so if Karmalist 6 in player dict, then sesd equals true, and so this is just so that session D doesn't reset, and so we're just gonna say, so if sesd or enadv session donators, then we'll keep sesd session donators going. All right. And so if the script gets restarted, then like we're not literally saving that out, but it's better than nothing. All right. So yeah, good. So now if 50 people donate, then they'll all stay sparkly. So now I should make temp art. No, I'm still not done setting up the blooding thing. I just kind of got interrupted by my own whatever. Oh yeah, okay, so if I at least set up the files correctly. So for starters, I could probably just make them all the same. I could just make them all the same dimensions. I could just give them all the same coordinates. So let's just say I don't know. Like let's so it's probably not going to be much bigger than like this, for example. Probably. It might be a little bit bigger than that, actually. So let's pretend that they're all just like, let's pretend they all fit in here. So what are these coordinates? 44, 0, and 78, 79. So data new text document data.txt. What were those numbers? 44, 0, 78, 79. 44, 0, 78, 79. So this is the data that tells the game where to draw and how big to draw these things that we're about to make. So copy. For starters, like I will differentiate them and make them, like give them real art, but for now, just for testing purposes, I'm going to just, put in like, just block in like simple shapes, and those simple shapes will let me know how much of this is working, or it'll give me an okay indication of how much of this is working. So I'm just going to say new layer. Yeah, this is just going to be very simple and non-representative at first. I'm just going to take a big old thing and be like, all right, one of them is this. File new. Okay. One of them is just this giant red dot up here, is what it is. So save as, so karma, all right, whatever, all-time top singular. This is it. This is the ultimate prize. I'll just save this as 0.ping. Okay. Save that. And then, And then, yeah, so select that, get rid of that, and then the next one will be in a similar vein. File, save as. So this will be all-time top singular. I'm just making sure that these are all like different-ish, just and they can all show up, I guess. So, because for example, I'm pretty sure if dog then is gonna have all of these. So all-time session plural, sure, fine, I don't care. Get rid of that, and then save that. Oops, undo, save, redo, file, save as. I did not mean to write over that other one, because that other one was perfect just as it was. Alright, save it here. Okay, and then get rid of that. So this is going to look like a mess. Basically, like when I restart the script, hopefully, if all goes well, then if dog then is going to have a bunch of weird colorful dots like surrounding the character. Save as. And if that works, then I will get to work and making these arts less dumb. Thanks. Or at least that'll be the next order of business. I can get rid of this layer. That does not need to actually stay there. Deselect, save that. Alright, select that, delete that, spin the wheel, draw another dot. Oops, draw another dot. File, save as, karma, 30-day top plural. Oh, wait, I'm still not blitting these. Blue heart forever. That can be arranged. Yeah, so actually I can't restart the script yet because I still need to blit these things and load these things. Alright, so I still have a little ways to go. Alright, select all, delete that. Alright, so I think this is the last one. So file, save as, 30-day top singular, there we go. Yes. Alright, so now we have all the data, right, I guess that's what I want to get that set up quickly, was that now we have all the data and we can load it as if it were real data, because it's kind of real. So now for li in karma list equal, no, not equals, with open karma, yeah, with open karma underscore, no wait, no, karma in quotes slash plus li plus oh yeah, actually the first thing I can do is karma dict index li equals bonus, right? Because we have bonuses defined as containing 2 frames and then 4 coordinates. Good. So this will be basically like the same way we load in our bonuses. Actually, yeah, it'll be like almost exactly how we load in our bonuses. So why not just copy this over? Why not? So yeah, this will be almost exactly like this, except instead of bonuses, this will be karma, and instead of bond, this will be li. So data.txt, yeah. So I'm not going to do the if exists thing because I am programming hardcore, and if it's not there, I want it to crash because it means something has gone fundamentally wrong. And I'd rather figure that out when I go to run the script than way down the line when the script is running and people start complaining that stuff's not working correctly. So Right, karma dict index li dot frames. Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, bonuses. This whole bonuses bond thing should be replaced with karma dict li. Doop doop. Doop doop doop. Bleep bloop. Bleep doo bling blong. Sometimes when I'm doing stuff that really is not difficult, I just say weird things. I apologize. Alright, again, this is karma li. And this is karma li. Again, let's not do the exists. Oh no, this exists thing is real. Because sometimes sometimes I don't do wait. No, this exists thing is not real. That one's not real. The next one is real though, because I don't always have 2 frames of animation, and in the case that I don't have the second frame of animation, I just use the first frame of animation again. I probably will have multiple frames of animation for this, but for some of them I might not. So yeah, there's that. Alright, nope, still says bonuses here. Karma, oh no, I still haven't gotten rid of, alright, there's this one too. Sneaky. Okay. Did I get rid of all the references to bond at this point? Good. Li. Did I get rid of all references to bonuses? Hopefully. Alright, well if I did, then this should work now. Alright, oh yeah, this doesn't have to be indented anymore. Oops. Too much. There we go. Alright, save that. And so now we can say, because we've loaded in all of our stuff and whatnot and so forth and the other thing and et cetera, we can, when it comes time to blit the character, we can blit these first. So where do we blit characters? Yes. Here's where we blit the characters. So actually, this shouldn't be literally the first thing, because the first thing we blit on the character is the highlights, level highlight. And then immediately after level highlight, wait, P level equals minimum. Oh yeah. Oh, I don't technically need this line, this P level thing, because the game crashes if a character exceeds the max level. We found that out one day when Lauren exceeded the max level. Alright, so for li, or no, yeah, for, I don't know, whatever, li in player dict index parade index I dot karma. This is where we go through their karma and blit like what? Graphics.blit would be something like this. It'll be very similar to this one. Actually, technically it'll be more similar to the bonus one. Wait, bonus index equals player dict. Wait, what? Bonuses? Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Right. Copy this. Yeah, we don't have to do the bonus index thing because reasons. So bonuses, alright, so graphics.blit, bonuses, or not, yeah, so it's not bonuses, it's karma list, list index li, frames, animi, yeah, that's fine. Animi is what would make the scene or would make it animate between the two different frames. For these tests, for this first test, that's actually the same in both cases. But yeah. All right. So Carmelist index li cx this and this and this, and I think that actually might be it. So after this event, I'm going to bring the script down, and I'm going to leave it down for a moment so that I can get the player list to reset itself, and then I'm going to restart the script, and we can see how well it works. Here, let's get the ship purring, or whatever ships do. Yeah. Why not? Okay, so is there anything else I should be tidying up? I mean, it's entirely possible that this will just crash when I try and restart it. Oh, so yeah, so actually, I'm going to restart the script. After this event, I'm going to restart the script really fast, just to see if it crashes, because there's no point in waiting to see if it works perfectly if we can find out up front that there's going to be, like, some things that are going to go crazy wrong. So, all right. The event only lasts like a couple minutes, so this one's more than halfway through at least. So yeah, there it goes. All right. So did anyone level up? Nope, no one leveled up. So I'm going to restart the script. Oh, what is it? Oh yeah. Oh right, because this is technically a new script. I need to change the run settings to execute in a new dedicated Python console. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering why the output thing looked weird, or the console looked weird, and it's because I hadn't set that variable yet, or that value. All right, so let's see if it just crashes. Crashes? No crashes. That's cool. All right, so I will leave it down for a minute, and because then when I bring it back up, okay, so yeah, so the fun thing about Twitch IRC is that if I restart the script too fast, it won't give me the full player list. Like, it kind of does, but, like, it's just, like, sometimes it doesn't repopulate characters automatically. It will only repopulate characters if they specifically, like, it won't add characters to the player list unless they participate in an event. So I usually just give it a second to cool off, and if I do, then it tends to work correctly. So that is what we were doing now. So, yeah. So, yeah. Stuff. That should be enough time, maybe, hopefully. I'm apparently really bad at killing time, I found out just now. That should be enough time. It's one of those. I'm in one of those situations where every second feels like a minute. So it hasn't been enough time, but I keep thinking it should be. It should be. I want to restart the script. I want to restart the script. It should be done now. It should be time. I should be able to restart the script now. All right, almost there. We gotta be. Oh God, it's taking forever. It's taking forever. Alright, here we go. Hopefully this will work. And so it might just crash again, because this time it'll probably actually read in if dog then pretty soon. And when it does, it's entirely likely that it'll just crash. Wouldn't it be funny if it just worked? If everything just literally worked, magically perfect forever? I like to imagine that that'll happen sometimes. Okay, so it's loaded if dog then, by now. As well as a few other players. So far it's not showing anyone with any of the bonuses. Huh. Maybe, no. I feel like one of those has to be if dog then. Like, oh, no, there we go. Alright. So maybe it is working, because maybe we just maybe it didn't get to the yeah. So this crash must have been the first time it tried to blit if dog then. So what is it complaining about? Indices must be integers. Oh, because they use karma list. It's not supposed to be karma list. It's supposed to be karma dictionary. But really, I got all the way there before it crashed. That's cool, because this is literally the end of the line. Oh no, not literally. I might have accidentally introduced an error at the end when when exiting a player from the queue. But other than that, like pretty much all the other code paths evaluated, so that's pretty snazzy. IMHO. I'm replacing this. I'm replacing. Oh no. I'm replacing this correctly. Okay, almost there. All right, save that, and then we have a moment before we restart the script uh, because yeah, we need to wait for it to RC Twitch RC to do what it do doobadoo doobadoops doobadoop doop. Like I said, when I don't have things to say specifically, my face makes weird noises. I apologize. um, um, so yeah. I should. Oh man, you know what's the worst thing is like. I was like, what should I do while I'm waiting? I'm like, I should play oh. Because, like, the reason I don't play side quest more, like, as game master is because I'm usually distracted with other things. But here I am, like, literally not distracted by anything. And, it's the one time that I can't play it. Oh well. I will survive somehow. I will make it through these hard times. I believe. I believe there is a way. There are brighter days ahead. So I will take this moment to say thank you to all of the wonderful people for whom this feature is now crashing. Because these crashes are a testament to these crashes do not sufficiently even they do not even sufficiently express the depth of my gratitude. No, I don't know. It's one of those things where like if this works, like this is me like being like, hey, I'm going to have like no income and then just try and make games and hopefully that works. And if it does, like that's like, I mean, the reason it's like kind of a crazy risk, but it's like I'm taking it because I don't know, it's what I want to do. I've never done that before, so no, if this works, it means so much. I honestly can't even explain. So, is this just the time it takes the script to start? Yeah. So I don't know. I'll be interested to hear if you have a similar experience. If dog, then, for me, if I restart the script too fast, I don't know. Yeah. So I know you said you haven't gotten to like parsing the text yet. Oh yeah. So I don't know if you've gotten to the join and part messages, but like the way you keep track of, like you I don't know. Yeah. So I don't know. You can, I don't know if you know this, but you can't ask IRC who's in chat. You just can't. At least not Twitch IRC. And so because of that, in order to keep track of the who's in chat, you basically just have to wait for IRC to tell you. And in my experience, if you restart a script too fast, IRC won't tell you who's in chat. I think it's because well, so for one thing, you don't get, like when a player joins and leaves, you don't get those join and leave messages instantaneously. Like they come about 20 seconds later. And I think that's also the reason why it doesn't work to restart the script too fast. I can probably start it at this point, so I will start it. I think the reason that sometimes IRC doesn't tell you who's in the channel is because if you restart the script too fast, like for me, like I think IRC doesn't even notice that Trusty Bard ever left. Like if Trusty Bard, if I take the script down, Trusty Bard like leaves hypothetically, but if I restart the script too fast, Trusty Bard will rejoin. And I think if I do it in that, like, I don't even know exactly what that window is, but like it might just be the 20-second window between like the join and the part messages. But like, what, at least on a few occasions, like I've paid attention to the like, because like I can open the list of the viewer list to see who's in chat right now. And even when Trusty Bard has been off the viewer list, there have been some times where it doesn't repopulate the characters correctly. So yeah, I don't know if you'll experience something like that when you work on you know, something similar. All right. Sorry. What the heck? What the heck? I made one typo and everything else just worked? What? Wow. Great. So yeah, now I can just make those oh yeah, well, okay. I mean, I can't use pink because pink is invisibility. But you know, I can go back and I can just make those. I make those. You got orbed, yeah. All the orbs. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's that. That is that tech, and now yeah. So now it's basically just the art. So. That's pretty exciting. I am excited. All right. So what's yeah, okay. Yeah, so I mean I started drawing the art. So let's replace the crunky whatever. Well, I won't do it now. I'll just let the script run cuz like the orbs. Yep. The orbs. You'll have your orbs. The thing that yeah, okay. I think I have a pretty clear like mental image of like how I want this to look now. So instead of having like weird giant orbs glowing all around, I'll just start drawing out like what essentially like yeah, hold on. Let me think. All right, so this like light halo thingy whatever, I'm going to I'm going to shrink it a little bit. Excuse me, and this will be the well, actually, you know what? Before I do that, I'm going to add in another layer, another set of layers, and try and just like scope out like how big I want these things to be. All right, so let's sample from the image for a second. All right, so yeah, the big one will be big. I guess it doesn't have to be like much bigger than this. Like this is like pretty good size in terms of like the big one. So this is what I'm specking out now is like your real orb. The all-time top donator orb. So I mean, for starters, I'm just going to differentiate it by size. But I'll probably want to do some sort of visual treatment to... Oops, this is not the right there. I'll probably want to do some sort of visual treatment so it's not just... it's not just like, you know, that it's not just a bigger glow, but like actually... like materially cooler in some way. I mean, that's even if I could just go with like the stacked look, but like I could also like I was saying before, like I could actually make it something cooler and differenter. Yeah. So, huh. I kind of, yeah, it's kind of weird that these like can be shown individually or all together. Because ideally you'd want it to look coolest when they're all together. Ideally. But maybe that's not a very likely scenario. So maybe it's like, maybe it's not like vital to have that like perfectly magically great. yeah, I'd say that like by far the bigger priority is to have them all look good individually. But yeah, and then they all have to look good together. But they don't have to like it doesn't have to be like Voltron style super transforming robot or whatever. All right, so I probably don't want to get much bigger than this because if I got much bigger than this, it would just it'd get a little bit. I think this is like sufficiently big. So then, well, actually, the player's hat gets a bit taller. So like, if they had a taller hat, would I want it to be taller? Because like I basically just made it come right above their head. So maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger. Maybe. Because like the players could get like pretty big, elaborate like armor or gear or whatever, and in those cases, might want it to be. I kind of like that the character, like the entire game has a very muted palette because it makes it like really stand out. Like this character is really gonna pop on most backgrounds because like the the contrast is really high, which just kind of worked out fortuitously. Like I had no clue I was going to do this feature before, so I obviously did not plan that. um, it's kind of just a happy coincidence. Oops. Uh, Something like that, roughly. Yeah. I cannot make smooth lines for save my life. I mean, they're not like awful per se, but they're a little bit awful. Wait, hold on. I'm just gonna redraw that from the inside. The inside curve is easier to draw in this case. It's easier to like buff out a dent than to like shave off a weird edge. That's good enough. Alright, so now let's switch to this layer and do the same thing with this. Yeah, so there might be some equipment and stuff that actually like extends bigger than this little like orb as we have it here. And in that case I think that's fine. Like for example, the feathered cap, like the feather might actually stick up above this, but that's okay. The idea is basically just like the entire character is like enshrined in this majestic glow. At least that's the idea. I might have to work a bit to get the majesty to make sure it's like sufficiently majestic. But yeah, this for starters. Okay, so yeah, maybe like I was centering this around the character, but the character is like almost always going to have something in their hand. Oh no, that's not true. Sometimes they don't have anything in their hand and they have something on their back. So I think this is like roughly correct in how it's centered. Yeah, okay. Excuse me. Very few characters are going to have this visual effect too. Like a lot of characters are going to have like the sparkly whatevers, but very few characters are actually going to have the domes, because like the maximum number of players that could ever have this is 3, right? The daily top, the session top, the 30-day top, and the all-time top. So yeah, this particular visual effect is going to be quite rare, and so it's good that it's very striking because it'll be hard to miss. And yeah, so the more common visual effect will be the next one, the sparkles. Oh yeah, so actually, before I worry about the sparkles, I'm gonna bring back. Well, I brought back the layers of the sparkles, but yeah, I'm gonna. Oh yeah, originally I was planning on shrinking this one down a little bit. And I will. I'll shrink it down a little bit, but not by much actually. Because the in-between one doesn't have to be much. The in-between one can be a bit bigger. So like so the first one we drew, the big one was that big one that we just worked on was the oh, I should just get rid of the sparkles for now. I can redraw the sparkles later, like on a better layer. But this layer is gonna get, I guess it's just gonna be easier to do it this way. Sorry, sparkles. Okay, so yeah, so let's just I don't need to shave much off, just a little bit, and not even off the sides, just off the top a little bit, just so it doesn't come up quite as high. Actually, I'll just, yeah, like I was doing before, it's easier to use the brush here than the eraser, so I'll just actually that came out pretty okay. I was trying to do that quick so I could switch to the brush and like draw it back in, but that actually came out okay. That one did not come out quite as well, so hold on, let me see. Actually, yeah, I'm just gonna redraw this. Alright. Alright, so yeah, this is roughly the glow for the daily top, and then so this is roughly the glow for the all-time top. So now let's add in 2 new layers for the 30-day. Yes. It would be like hilarious in that way that would not at all be hilarious if instead of like actually working, if instead this was just broken in a way that seemed like it was working. Wouldn't that be great? Alright, so this is roughly the size that I want the third one to be, so while I'm working on that, I'm going to hide the other layers. Yeah. And do basically the same thing. This stuff. And I don't have to color pick because this is just the color white. Actually, wait, I should make the... No, that's fine. Okay. Oh yeah, and I should make sure the line weight makes sense, because the line weight on the smallest one was very thin, and the line weight on the biggest one was very thick. So this should be somewhere in between. But yeah, I should really get this shape better before I try and do the other one. Oops, wrong color. Yar. Oops. Wait, what layer am I on? Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Derps. Whoops. Okay. Alright. I forget what shape these are supposed to be. What was the big one shaped like? Alright, yeah. Alright, so I don't have to make the lines quite this thick, which is good, because I didn't want to. Because those are really thick, and you barely see any of the interior whiteness. So, yeah. Oops, wrong layer. It's really hard to draw around things freehand. Oops, wrong color. Especially when you use the wrong color. That just adds to the difficulty. Almost there. I mean, this is pretty good. I just need to... I'm gonna get the well, actually, let me see what I've been doing for the bottom, because I know I narrow out the line width a lot on the bottom, but do I do it like that? Yeah, kind of like that. What did I do with the top one? Did I do it like that too? Yeah. Alright, so that's fine. Alright, so... Yeah, that doesn't necessarily look good altogether. So... Huh. Just... Group of Jesus, hey, how's it going? Welcome. Do I just like not like these together? I could I could change the shape of each individual one. I might just like not worry about it. I mean, I could even just draw them in the reverse order so that if you have all three, like it only shows the top one, hypothetically. Uh, it'd be nice if they work together, though. Uh, so like that makes me want to do like different tones. Like instead of having the size change like that, I could have the intensity change outward. But pixel art, I don't know. I don't really do pixel art that much. I do like this art. If you mean like yeah, so like I do like this like art that's like low res, but I don't like draw it pixel by pixel. I still use like big brushes to draw it. Uh, I'd say this is like I don't know. For me, this is very comfortable. So it's like the easiest art I could do, which is partly why I chose it. But yeah, like real pixel art, I feel like it must be. There's so many technical constraints. Like pixel art, as much as an art, it's like a puzzle. Because like in order to get it right, you have to figure out like how using the restrictions of like whatever pixel grid you draw to. You have to figure out like how in that pixel grid do you justify things. And yeah, the really tough things about pixel grids is that like if you have something that's 1 pixel wide and you need to make it just slightly thicker, too bad. If you need to make it slightly thicker, you need to make it twice as thick because you can't do half pixels, right? So yeah, I feel like pixel art is pretty hard. Um, I have very limited experience with it, like virtually zero experience with it. Um, so yeah. So the other thing I could do is I could very drastically change the shape of these things. Like I could have it so the top one is like like out and like splashy, and then like maybe the middle one is like more orb like, and then the top one could be the top one could or the bottom like the all time could be like more like up, so that way like when they're all together they'd be cool, but then like apart they would be less cool. Uh, right. I mean, I guess that's not bad by itself, but uh, and actually no, it wouldn't even look like that. It would look more like it'd look more like that, right? Because like the roundness is supposed to come from the middle. That could work, maybe. I don't know. That's a bit too conceptual. Uh, and like in that case, it's like it's like the top, like the all-time top, isn't necessarily like the coolest thing ever, which it should be. Uh, so I could like my original plan was not actually even to uh, that makes sense if Doug then to repeat for the viewers in the archive who cannot see chat. Pixel art is easiest to do poorly and really hard to do well. That sounds right. um, uh, yeah, so my original plan was not actually to make these all additive. It was to make it so that yeah, like kind of additive, but like in a way that I would cheat it. Like yeah, so instead of having it so that Like if you were the top session and top monthly and top all time, um, it would only show top all time. But like, I don't know. Maybe I can. Maybe I can do this. Maybe I can accomplish this. How though? I mean, like maybe like this, I guess. And I could just make this more interesting, I guess. It's like, whoops, what am I doing? So like, for example, so yeah, so all right. So what if these were the silhouettes? Actually, no, not even. Well, all right, no, this is fine. So what if these were roughly the silhouettes? Oh, except actually, yeah. Let's swap out this and get rid of all of these. So this is supposed to be all right. So this is the coolest. This is the all-time top. So like, in order for this to be cool, it has to have like wait, now how do I justify with this with the egg? Like the egg and the I can make the egg the I can make the no, maybe the egg will be the all-time. Oh, but the draw order. So, I mean, I could keep it that way, but then it would be weird because I'd be the draw order would actually be 30 day, then all time, then session. But I guess that's fine. Or I could do the other. No, I should do it the other way around. I should do it session, then 30 day, then all time. And so then what you really get with the by having them all together is that you get like a little extra. Nah. Yes. No. Yes. I don't know. I'll just do it how I want to do it, and everyone else can go away. No. All right, hold on. Undo, 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 undo. I'm backing up to where they're all just eggs because I like the big egg. All right, there we go. All right, so keep the big egg, but put it in the middle. So hold on, wait. This is what are these layers? So this is fine. All right, so yeah, well, whatever. I'll call this like egg white, egg blue. This will be splash white, splash blue, and then beam white and beam blue. Alright, so yeah. Beam is basically just going to add spikes. All that beam is going to do to the full silhouette is just add a little bit of spikeage. So it takes the domey shape and adds like a little bit of like something to the a little bit. I need a much smaller brush to do this. Basically like just like add a little bit of like a fire to the top, and independently though this is a much smaller visual effect, and it doesn't come down nearly as far. Oops, wrong way. So yeah, so individually, kind of like I was drawing it before, except slightly different. So yeah, this is 30-day top, and then oops, no, that's correct. Okay. And I don't know if this ends up looking too cool. I can make it the all-time top. Uh, Actually, yeah, let's. Have I ever used GameMaker Studio? I ever used GameMaker Studio? I don't think I have. I work in Unity a fair amount, and what else? I want to learn hacks. I started to learn hacks a little bit, but I didn't make it super far. Although I do plan on coming back to that. But I don't think I've ever used GameMaker. GameMaker Studio. Uh, I mean, I know there are like I've heard about it a bit. Like I've heard it comes up because it's like so it's another pretty popular one, right? I just Yeah, when I started working, I liked Unity. I liked the sound of it. I knew there were like a lot of good things about it, and so I went with that one uh, first. It was basically like the first one I picked, and then I was like, yeah, this is fine, and then I stuck with it mostly. Um, so I could I don't like I'm the hold on. This is like actually not. I don't know. This is like not. What am I picturing? Like I'm picturing like kind of like something more bursty. Maybe it's that I'm not giving myself like enough room to work with or something. I don't know. Or like maybe I'm just trying to. Maybe I'd need more like depth of coloration for like what I'm trying to accomplish here. But like I don't know. This what I'm ending up with is not quite what I'm picturing in my head, and I'm not sure why exactly, but uh, I don't know. This is looking a lot like the level up effect too, a little bit, just like very like whatever, just very like I can make this look like fire, I guess. I'm not doing that now. This is not me trying to make it look like fire. I know what fire. I know that this is not what fire looks like. Uh, uh, I don't know. So I was thinking like this could be part of the effect, but this is like really weird and abstract. And like just having this by yourself, it's like that's weird, and I don't like it. Is my reaction to that? It's like why would I expect anyone else to like this? Yeah, I should stop trying to make these things look like all special altogether, I guess. Because it doesn't even. It doesn't. That doesn't look cooler. It doesn't look better. Uh, so, I mean, the other thing I could do is I could literally just do. Uh, in the editor, you've loaded new sprites, but when you go into the games, the sprites are the old ones. Whoa. Have you tried turning it off and on again? Sorry, I don't know. Um, uh, uh, oops, what am I doing? Uh, yeah, no, this is silly. What am I doing? Uh, I can make this taller too. There's no reason it has to stop at this height. Uh, but hmm. So yeah, I don't know. Is there a way to make this look cool? Probably not. Uh, Especially because I don't want to fill in too much of this part. I want to leave it mostly. Yeah, I think this idea is like fundamentally flawed because like in order for this idea to work, it would need to each piece would need to look cool individually. Hey, uh, and I just don't envision this like ever turning out cool. I just imagine like this piece like just isn't going to look good on its own. So, yeah, I should just go a different route with this. I could just go back to the different sized eggs, and I can make it so that they're not additive. Doop-a-doop, doop-a-doop-a-doop. Undo. Oh, that was the other thing about Krita. It doesn't have a very big undo stack. Like, I've reached the undo stack really fast. Like, I'm pretty sure Paint.net has a much bigger undo stack than Krita did. I doubt I could have undone all of this stuff that I'm undoing right now. I'm fairly certain that I couldn't have. Oops. Actually, I can undo renaming those layers. Alright, so maybe I should just make it so that I can make it, hey, congratulations, Rodrigo! Good job! Is if Dogland still here? Oh no, if Dogland left. Alright, well, I'll be honest, I was, oh no, if Dogland's still here. I lied. He didn't show up on the viewer list for a second. Alright, yeah, so I think I'm going to make it just so that, I'm just going to make it so that, yeah, so like it'll just stack in the other order. So if you have all three, you only actually see the top one. But if you don't have the top one, then wait, what did I do? Oops. If you don't have the top one, then you can see the middle one. And if you don't have the middle one, then you can see the bottom one. And I guess I'm just gonna do that, at least for now. And then I can work on something nicer later. So for now, I'm probably just going to change the draw order so that they all draw. Because I do want them to be additive. I do want that. I just, I shouldn't spend, I don't know. It feels like a waste of time trying to get that to happen at this point. So, alright, let's, yeah, so I can do extents now. So, alright, let's go in reverse order. And yeah. Yeah, whatever, I'll just hide the other layers. To make the, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to export these shapes to another place, and first I'm going to clean these up, because like a lot of this stuff I just couldn't see because it was like behind other stuff. But alright, so let's make this look nicer first. Alright, let's get a bigger brush. Wait, is there? What is that? Oops, too far. But also, I must have drawn on the wrong layer at some point. Oops, I might have brought that too low. Let's bring back legs for a second. Yeah, I think I brought that slightly too low. No, that's actually about right. It's a good height. Yeah. Alright, that can do. Actually, no, I'll bring it up slightly. Yeah. Okay. I want the glow to look like a little unearthly, like a little bit unusual, or like it just like slightly not out of place, but like so that you can't mistake it for like a natural occurrence, I guess. I just want it to have that like that quality of like slightly eerie looking, I guess. Not eerie, but like I don't know how to describe it exactly. Like awesome, Like literally awesome, as in like awe-inspiring. Uh, Alright, that's probably fine for that one. And alright, so let's so I'll just smush these layers together, and then I'm just gonna select exactly all of it and no extra pixels, which I think it's like that basically. Alright, so copy that file, new, okay, paste, file, save as. This is what? This is session top singular. Yes. And then the other thing I need to update is the data file, because session top singular is now, I can close that. Session top singular is now 5851. Hold on. I'm reading this from the coordinates in the bottom corner. You can't see it because like my head is covering it up, but it's like down in the corner with paint on it. Alright, so 58, 51, 49, 28 are the new dimensions of this image, coordinates and dimensions of this image. Good. So now get rid of that, and so deselect, and then I guess I should unsmoosh them. Yeah. Alright, so now let's, we can hide these for now. Let's, wait, what? Oh wow, I drew a lot on the wrong layer just then. So I guess it doesn't matter if the layers are smooshed. Whatever. Alright. Yeah, but I can hide that one. And then, alright, let's clean this one up a little bit. Yeah, it comes down a little bit further. Okay, so, color pick this color, draw on this layer as such. Came down about that far. That might have been a little too much. No, that was about right. A little further, actually. Just ever so slightly further. Alright, and then even out the top, because we couldn't see the top before because it used to be covered by the player. That's fine. And now this stuff too. Doop-a-doop, doop-a-doop-a-doop. Alright. You're alright. Alright, good. So now let's take extents on, or smoosh, I can smoosh these layers together now. And let's take extents. Hey, I'm doing pretty good with lining up those pixel grabs so far. I'm on my game today. New, yes, paste, file, save as. This is 30-day top singular. Yes. Key. And, alright, so what then? Yeah, okay. Sorry, I just get distracted really easily. I lose my train of thought really fast. But I remember what to do next. Alright, yeah, sorry. I have to fill in the parts of this that are just completely empty, for example. That's one thing I could start by doing. And I feel like this probably has to come down further too. Or maybe that is the right height. Oh yeah, no, that's actually about the right height. Good. Cool then. Right. So then, this layer, color pick this color, draw, I don't have to redo the top on this one, because on this one the top actually is visible, and so I did it already. And so that was quick. Alright, so now I can squish these together, and select. I did not even try on that one. I'm gonna break my streak now. Yep, broke my streak. Alright, well I'll get it in one extra. Right. There we go. Birdie. Or eagle. I don't know. So let's copy this. File, new. Oh, I didn't take the data for the other one. So wait, hold on. Let's save this as all-time top singular. Yes, and then right, I didn't take alright, so first let's do the data on this one. This is all-time top singular data, so this is actually 50, 7, 60, 72. Alright, save that, and then yeah, undo. Yeah, undo. Oh, yeah, because this selection area is the selection area that I'd been using for it. So this is the correctness for 30-day top singular data. All right. 52, 35, 58. 45. There we go. Cool. Save that, and then I can redo. There we go. All right. Good and good. And actually, I can basically get rid of those, but I'm gonna leave them there for now. So I will. Yeah, so the next thing to do is to draw the sparkles, and the sparkles will definitely be additive, and yeah, I don't know though. I don't know. Yeah, I was just thinking like the right, so the place that I'd originally drawn the sparkles is now covered up by like this area mostly. So like I'm probably gonna, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna draw the sparkles without the context of these, because again, it's one of those things where like when you have this visual effect, like this is a big visual effect, and so the other things are going to seem very inconsequential. And while it'd be nice if they all like, you know, stacked together to like build up this one great whatever, I think that's the wrong way to go about it, and I think I'm actually gonna prefer it to basically just have like it won't literally only show your highest honor, but it'll be something along those lines. It'll be similar to that. I am also going to do this first thing tomorrow, because I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule so that I can start earlier in the day. And I think this is roughly the point at which I will be calling it an evening. So I'm going to switch over to Facecam, probably, because the last thing I'm going to do before the end of the stream is to find another cool streamer, and we can kick it over in their direction. So if you're still watching, that's probably fine. Let me find something else for you to watch. I try and keep track of other cool game devs out there, so that so I can, you know, share the I don't know, just like I think one of the bigger barriers to streaming still at this point is discoverability. So like it's I like to do my part to help viewers find cool streamers and help cool streamers find viewers too. So let me see what I can do. I'll see if I can hook you up. there are a few cool streamers online right now, so hopefully at least one of them is doing something, uh, something, something we can invade them with friendship. Uh, I'm really picky, which is the only reason why this is taking any time at all. I just I have very particular ideas of what a good dev stream entails, and not everyone does it. Oh, I think I found one. I think. Yeah, this one's probably good. Actually, hold on. Let me double check one thing real quick. uh, yeah, I get impatient with streams that are too quiet or that only play music, because like that doesn't interest me as much, which is why I don't do it on my stream. Uh, all right, this is fun. All right, sorry. I just went silent for a second there. I was just checking stuff out. But all right, so yeah, thank you for everyone who. Wow, no, I have to send out a big thanks today because I I don't know. I just wasn't expecting anything like today, and then today happened, and everyone was so wonderful, and like I I don't I honestly I just I think I just have to say it a lot because I'm never gonna actually like adequately express like how grateful I am for people who would literally like literally support this stream. I I I don't know. It just feels really real, and I'm not gonna forget this. So I in fact I have a detailed digital history of all of these occurrences. So no, I'm not gonna forget this. And I guess like I just have to say thank you like a million times to everyone who supports the stream and everyone who watches and tunes in and hangs out and has fun. Uh, this is this is this is what it's about. And you guys didn't hear it, but an event just started, so I'll let that event finish. But I'm probably gonna kick it over to a new another channel. So thank you everyone for tuning in. I hope to see you again in the near future. Have a wonderful whatever time of day it is where you are, and bye guys. Bye. Oh, if you haven't hit the follow button yet, you probably didn't bother watching this long, but whatever, it's down there. So, anyways, let's kick it over to host Invisible Man 6. Stream delay. That's probably fine. And bye.